Hiya! So, after the video about Casey and Izzie, that got over 500,000 views, thanks so much, a lot of the comments were defending Evan, and trust me, I have no problem with that. But I figured it would be interesting to compare Evan and Izzie and ponder if Casey made the right choice or not. Especially considering that season 4 is coming up, and it would be interesting to see where Casey's relationship ends up by analyzing what has happened. So I'm gonna split it up and first talk about them separately and then come to a conclusion, I guess.
This is my brother Evan. He drove me here.
Let's start with Evan. He first appears in season 1. At first I got really bad vibes from him.
Hello?
What the hell is wrong with him?
Hey, nothing's wrong with him. Get away from him.
He came across as sorta stalkerish, not taking no for an answer.
Hey, do you want to go out sometime?
I'm sorry, I don't really date.
Well, fair enough. I'm probably gonna change your mind about that dating thing, though.
What are you doing?
I just came to see if you changed your mind about going out with me.
But thankfully, even if I think the approach was wrong, he turned up to be a sweetheart. So what do they have in common? And what do they not have in common? Evan's little sister also seems to have a hard time fitting in at school, just like Casey's brother Sam. So when Casey defends Beth by punching Bailey, Evan is grateful for her standing up for Beth.
I like you.
Why?
'Cause most people don't stand up to assholes.
They are both dorks and share inside jokes and really seem to enjoy each other's company.
Are you serious? You stole musical instruments? That's what you did?
Yeah, I told you it was stupid. There you are. I heard a flush. Then you never came out. I thought I lost you for good.
Sorry, I peed, but then I heard Sam talking to Paige, so I had to come mess with him.
Well, obviously.
Other than that, they don't seem to have a lot in common. Evan doesn't share Casey's desire to travel, her love for sports, her determination.
Where would you go? 3 cities.
3? Maybe Providence?
What?
Dude, that's like 2 hours from here.
Yeah. Well, so what? They got a good minor league baseball team.
That can be seen as a bad thing.
I think I might want to go to UCLA. Maybe you could come too? But it's not for another 2 years. And you're not really doing anything.
But I can also see how that makes Evan complimenting Casey, him being the steady, loyal person in her life when her family is falling apart. But I can also see how the difference between them was the spark to a lot of their arguments and a lot of their misunderstandings, because they saw things differently and they realized that they had different goals in life. And that, in and of itself, isn't a bad thing. But when you're that young, the path you choose, if it's too different from someone you love, that can be a problem, which it obviously was portrayed as in this case.
They're really cool. You just have to get to know them.
I don't want to get to know your friends. They kind of suck.
Well, then maybe you should just leave.
Casey,
No, it's fine. Seriously, I can get a ride with someone else. If you do the social work thing, we'd be in college at the same time.
but I'm not a college guy. Okay, I'm sorry if that's not good enough for you.
No,
And just because you love someone doesn't mean that you have to stay with them. And it doesn't mean that you should. Because if you love someone, you will know what is best for them. And I think that both Casey and Evan realized that they could be happier with someone else, which is why they stayed friends. That gets us into their relationship. What went wrong and what went right. They have a very stable relationship. Evan is often over at their house, helping her mother fixing the wall, treating her home like his.
Oh, wow, that looks really good, Mom.
Yeah, she crushed it.
Casey's over at his house as well, but not as often by the looks of it. They are always there for each other, Casey helping Evan stand up to his dad and bringing the dog home for Beth.
Oh, my God. I am so sorry. I can't believe I yelled at your dad. I was the one who was supposed to be keeping you calm.
You were amazing.
He supports her and she does the same. I really can't fault their relationship. The only thing wrong about it was when Casey cheated on Evan with Izzie. But that is something Casey did, not something that was particularly wrong with their relationship overall.
I kissed someone.
Who?
Izzie.
So, is the love real? Yes. To me, that's a clear yes.
I really love him.
I love you so much.
So let's talk about Izzie for a moment. Their first encounter was at school.
I'm the new kid from Newton.
I'm sure you were hot shit at your last crappy school, but
Wow.
over here.
They are the classic enemy to lovers trope.
And the team captain Izzie hates me for some reason.
Izzie is very quick with showing her dislike for Casey.
You pushed me!
Casey, you'll ice Izzie's wrist and you'll both stand here until you can get along.
But Izzie soon warms up to Casey when they are forced together at detention, finding out that they have a lot more in common than they first thought.
Not that it's any of your business, but I take care of my 3 siblings.
My brother has autism, so I'm like constantly looking out for him.
I didn't know that.
Dude, how would you know that? You like barely talk to me.
I talk to you. I just say mean things.
You know, you are not what I expected.
In Izzie's defense, I don't think she's a mean person, I just think she has trust issues. Which isn't that weird when you consider her home life.
What about the kids?
I took them to my grandma's, but she doesn't have a lot of room, so
Oh, you're staying here.
So what do they have in common? Well, a lot. Firstly, they both feel a great sense of responsibility when it comes to taking care of their siblings. I think that they both had to grow up a lot faster than they should have.
I had to get all 3 kids ready for school.
They both also want to get out of Connecticut, and they want to travel, and they also share a love for track.
I just need to get done with school and move far, far away.
Where would you go?
New Orleans. Name 3 places.
Dublin, because Irish accents.
Oh yeah.
San Francisco, and Cape Town. What's up, crazy?
I figured it out. I know how to get us out of here. Casey, we could go together, the 2 of us, to California.
This is what makes them develop a closer relationship.
I know I haven't known her for that long, but I like love her. Like, we just got so close so fast.
That brings us into their relationship. What went right and what went wrong. So, in the beginning, it was a slow burn. But you can tell that they are drawn to each other and that they have a hard time staying away from each other's company.
And there's a spot on my back that I can't quite reach.
I can reach it.
But when Izzie told Casey about her feelings, you can tell that they were both scared.
I was just stirring shit up just because I was jealous.
Why?
You know why.
This makes Casey distance herself from Izzie.
Well, why don't you go find Izzie? She wants you.
I don't want to find Izzie. You're my boyfriend.
I feel like I see you less now that I'm living with you.
Hey, not now, okay? I'm trying to focus.
And I also think that this is why Izzie kissed someone else at the party at that track meet. The beginning of their relationship is very turbulent, because Izzie is seen having a hard time coming to terms with who she is, just like Casey. But they have a very different way of dealing with all of that.
The big deal is I don't feel like broadcasting my personal business to the world.
Okay, jeez.
No, it's not okay.
And when it's just the 2 of us, she's acts like she's so into me. But when we're around anyone else, it's like she's afraid to be around me.
So is the love real? At first I would have said yes. If you asked me when I first finished the series, I would have said yes. But when I think about it, I think their attraction is real. I also think that their love is real. But you can argue that at the moment, the novelty of it all makes it more intense than it would have been otherwise.
When I'm with Izzie, it's so exciting. And kissing her was amazing.
And that goes for all new relationships. But this relationship also prompts a personal discovery, which I think makes their relationship more vulnerable.
This is just all so new, you know? And I don't know what any of this means or who I am.
Look, I'm confused too.
I know.
So did Casey make the right choice? Should she have stayed with Evan? The question is whether she would have stayed scared or allowed herself to discover a part of herself that she maybe wouldn't have otherwise.
I just never should have done any of this.
You're right. You should have pushed these feelings down, down, down forever and never looked at them. That's healthy.
The obvious thing is that what she did to Evan was wrong. She wasn't any better than her mom, cheating on someone she loved. So I see why so many people side with Evan. But I also think that even if the way she did it was wrong, Casey deserved to take this personal journey.
It's just sometimes a thing feels like so right.
So in a sense, Evan deserved someone else, not particularly someone better. Their relationship maybe wouldn't have lasted anyways, but their love was real and they end up staying friends. Everyone has their own needs for personal discovery, coming into your own identity and figuring things out. Casey is only 16 years old, and you are bound to do stupid things at that age. I think Izzie needs to be defended as well. I know that from some perspectives the writers did her dirty, appearing to play with Casey and stringing her along. But Casey did practically the same with Evan for a while, as her feelings for Izzie grew more intense. As I said earlier, everyone's journey to find themselves is different. And you can't fault someone for not having a journey that perfectly lines up with someone else's. Being scared makes you do stupid things. It is also never right to hurt someone, whether that is intentionally or not. But when you are scared and desperately clinging onto something familiar, scared of the unknown, you don't see other people. You only see yourself. That is not a defense, that is simply an explanation of how I see it. So yes, I think Casey did what she had to do, to attempt to find herself and to find happiness.
It's been a really confusing year for me too.
You mean like the stuff with Izzie?
And Evan. And there's all the stuff I have to figure out with track.
I don't think she did right by Evan, but I also think that things are the way they are because of their age and because of the complexity with accepting your own sexuality. Same goes for Izzie. I don't think she did right by Casey, but the explanation to that could have been fear combined with her already established trust issues.
I've been awful to you, and you're so good and solid and wonderful that I get it if you don't want to do this.
I just hope they find stability in season 4. God forbid that the writers end up giving them more trouble next season. This ended up being a quite short analysis, but I am sure that everyone who has watched the series has something to say about it. So tell me if I forgot to cover something. Is there something I said that you disagree with? Please tell me what you think. And as always, thank you for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!